Okay, hello YouTube, the Otaku Kurosaki is here today, and I am doing a 3-part series on reviews for the Golden Buddy Champion Box. Today we are starting out with Dragon... Dragon zwei.
What one? Oh, the
Each deck comes with a special character flag. This one has Kyoya, obviously. So let's get into the deck. So the buddy rare, all these come with a buddy rare. But for this one, it is Ozzy Dahaka, his new form. Destruction deity of the old world, Ozzy Dahaka. So, when he enters the field, destroy a monster your opponent controls. When he attacks and you have 6 or more different world names on cards in your drop zone, this card gets triple attack. And that's every turn, right?
Yep, it always has that, as long as the conditions are met.
Gotcha. So, obviously, you have 4 copies of him. Because if you don't, with a buddy rare, then either you can't afford it, or someone didn't construct it right when you bought it. Next is Triple Last Emperor. Lighting. So, when he is destroyed, call up to 1 monster from your drop zone by paying its call cost. It's good for Ozzy Dahaka to bring him back if he dies early game, or any of these other guys who are good. Otherwise, He's got good stats and good abilities. So Demise, Star Dragon, Big Crunch. So if Ozzy Dahaka's on the field, you can call this guy as a size 0. This, along with the rest of the cards, are very good in the deck. So, next up is this guy. So, he gets double attack if your flag is Dragon zwei. Sinblade Dragon. When you call him and your flag is Dragon zwei, put the top card of your deck into his soul. And when he is attacked, nullify the attacking card's penetrate. Next up, possibly the second best card in the deck, second to Ozzy Dahaka. Arhat Not Hot. When he enters the field, pay 2 life, search your deck for up to 1 destruction deity of the old world, Ozzy Dahaka, and put it into your hand. When this card is put into the drop zone from the field, pay 1 life and destroy a size 2 or less monster on the field. On the opponent's field. Now, if you're wondering, I will go over the flag here in a little bit. Eins, when he enters the field, he or she, looks like he, if there are no other monsters on your field, call a size 1 wizard or dragon from your drop zone by paying its call cost. Yeah, it was right around here. Okay. Master Dragon. If you're being attacked, like they're attacking the fighter, you can pay 1 gauge and intercept that attack. So the attack will still go through, but on him instead.
That was a massive hunter x hunter. We restock it. Make my own.
Next, Fallen Winged Dragon. So if you call him with paying 1 gauge and put top card of your deck into his soul, if you have 3 or less non-monster cards in your drop zone,
But you always in this deck.
yeah, always, this card gets 2,000 power and defense and move. And when he dies, you gain a life. So it's basically a better version of Dark Mysterio with the gain of life.
Because it only goes from the drop, when it goes to the drop zone, so it doesn't do it if it lives through the Soul Guard.
Right. So, Ice Dragon Emperor Glacius. That is a new artwork of an old card, if I remember correctly.
Ancient World staple.
Freezing Bullet. If you don't know what it does, during an attack on your opponent's turn, if you have a size 3 or monster on your field, you can discard this card from your hand and pay 1 life to nullify the attack. It was used in Dual Seeker originally.
It's always used in the Ancient World because they always have size 3s and it's always useful. And for that same reason, and because we don't have any spells, it's getting us back inside.
Right. So, not sure how to say his name because the Promat sticker's on it.
Just Hadron.
Hadron, that's right. Kind of puts me in the mind of Code Geass seeing that name.
It's an actual scientific term.
Right.
The Hadron Collider.
When this card enters the field and your flag is obviously going to be Dragon Zwei, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your gauge and draw a card.
No, I heard you thought about
Next.
have a free focus there.
Elka, yeah, there. When he enters the field, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. Then, if your life is 5 or less, put the top card of your deck into the gauge.
Which is more useful in regular dual dragons than Dragon's Wire because start with twice the life.
Right. But it does also get you the gauge, at least. So, Resurrected Dragon Bones. When this card enters the field, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your drop zone. Pay 1 gauge. If you do, put a size 3 monster from your drop zone into your hand. So we can get you back Ozzy to Haka.
And the null effect lets you set up for Ozzy Haka as well.
Right. Next up, Dungeon Worlds. Geodo. When this card is put into your drop zone from your field or hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the drop zone and put the top card of your deck into your gauge. It thins out the deck at least, but also gets rid of 2 cards that could end up being useful and gets you gauge at least. This guy, Arakaze, when it's on the field with Ozzy Dahaka, it gives Ozzy 1 extra critical.
And basically useless if you don't have Ozzy in the field. Which is what Clint had earlier, which is unless Ozzy Hawk is in the field, you can't really do much with this deck.
Next to Vong. If you have a size 3 or more dragon attribute monster, you can discard this card, pay 1 life to choose a monster from your field, and the next time that monster would be destroyed or returned to hand, it is not destroyed or returned to hand.
Mine's doing pretty well.
It really is. How many cards are in this? A lot.
That's because I have the one card that if you deals 2,000.
Now, Cursed Dragon Jr., cutest looking card so far.
Seriously, have we not?
If you are being attacked and your flag is Dragon Zwei, you may discard this card to nullify the attack.
Super useful.
And it's pretty much your generic barrier or flag, but also good monster if you need to use it as one. And finally, double variant. When a monster, when Ozzy Dahaka enters the field, you get to draw a card. Very useful for hand traps like Cursed Dragon Jr. and all of them. Alright, so Dragon Zwei, you can only use monsters with dragon in its attribute.
Spells, no, nothing else. Just monsters and impacts. Impact monsters.
Yes. Your initial hand will become 4, but for that price, your life becomes 20, making it harder for them to defeat you. And with Ozzy Dahaka and its high stats and skill, it's going to be hard to lose in general. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.